Good morning. Another rant from me. So, I would like to talk about something I resent a lot. I hate when people say, he's too nice. She's too nice. They're too nice. That's never the problem, okay? Stop turning people's better qualities against them. It's just never the fucking problem. You know what the problem is? The problem is in your head, okay? The problem is that you can't accept this, or maybe, just maybe, right? In this whole realm of possibilities, maybe there is a standard within you that they're not living up to, right? But you're not fully acknowledging that. You're not saying, like, this, you're not saying this niceness feels inauthentic, or it feels manipulative, or it feels whatever. If that's the case, I don't know. But niceness is never the problem. And if you feel that somebody being nice to you is the problem, you're the problem, okay? It's in your head. What's in your head? But it is. It's in your head, dude. It's like you think you need to be abused in order to fall in love. That's a problem, okay? And here's the thing. I don't believe that's true. I don't. I think you have an idea of somebody else in your head. If I'm being completely honest. I think you have somebody else trapped up in there. And you're like comparing and contrasting everybody to this idea of this one person in your head, right? And maybe you should just not try to be with anybody until you get that person out of your head, right? I've got that song Zombies by the Cranberries playing in my head now. What's in your head? Okay, anyway. But yes, so basically it's you. Okay? You're the problem. And it's not your fault that you're the problem. You've been fucked up. You've gone through shit. Okay? Maybe the last time somebody was nice to you, it was love bombing, right? And you were manipulated by a narcissist, and, or maybe they said certain trigger words and they don't even know it. Like something that just like triggered something that negatively happened to you, and you're like, I don't know that I can do this, but be honest. Be honest with your reasons, because what we do when we tell men that they're too nice or they're too sensitive is when we turn their better traits against them is we turn them into assholes. Because they're like, well, I have to be an asshole just to fucking get anywhere, and that is not the case. Okay? I'm sorry that narcissists have dictated our lives for so goddamn long, but that is not the case, because when the right person shows up, and the one that feels right 100% through and through, your checks off every like freaking box on your list, you're just like, I get this person, right? Then that person can come in and make you breakfast and you'll lose your whole mind, right? They will give you a compliment and you'll die of a heart attack right there on the spot, right? Like, they do all these things and you're like, that's motherfucking love, right? And you're just happy about it. You're stoked. You want to be treated fucking well, right? We all want to be treated well. That's the thing. That's the thing that we're all negating here, is we all really do want to be treated well. We all really do want somebody to see our worth. Because when somebody treats you nicely, when they treat you really well, that means that they have reverence for you. They have respect for you. They see you and they're like, that's a goddamn goddess, or that's a goddamn god. Like, that's somebody fucking important, right? And they want to honor you, right? They want to give you all the respect, all the dignity. They want to treat you well. And that's fucking beautiful, right? That's amazing. That's something that is just beyond compare, right? And somebody genuinely is just like, I just want to treat you like a fucking queen forever. That's something special, right? That is not something to shame them for, right? Don't shame them because your head is in the wrong fucking place, or you don't see yourself in that light, right? Because that's the real issue, is you don't believe you deserve that. And maybe Maybe you don't, if you're going to go and turn their better traits against them. Maybe you fucking don't. And maybe you need to work on your own shit for a while, because this is somebody who is like wanting to offer you the fucking world, and you're like, he's too nice, she's too nice, whatever, dude. No, they're not. You're too fucking mean, okay? You're too mean. You like, stop. Stop holding that against people, okay? It's okay to say to a nice person that you're not the right person, okay? And it doesn't make you an asshole. It makes you better for it, because you're not going to mislead them, and you're not going to hurt them worse in the long run, right? You're not going to purposefully try to fucking force a square peg in a round hole and hope that you can just fake it for the rest of your life, right? Because you can't fake it for the rest of your life. It's either 100% all in or it's not. Okay? Or it's not. If you feel one inkling of an emotion where you're like, this ain't right, follow it. You know? And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people, because you get that instinct that this ain't right. Maybe your soul is looking for different and not worse, okay? Not meaner, but or maybe you're just not in the right fucking headspace, right? It's like I said in previous videos, I had to acknowledge in a lot of ways that I wasn't mature enough for a relationship, you know? I have a lot of shit that I have to work through, you know? And so, when I come out and I'm talking about this stuff, I want you guys to know, I myself have had to acknowledge my own toxic traits, you know, my own shit. Because for me, I'm not mature enough. If I'm being 100% real, I can't always guarantee that I'm, wanting to be on my phone enough to constantly be texting people back. I don't like being on my phone. As much as I can avoid it, I'm off of my phone, to be honest, And then, there's just things where I want to take care of myself, and I want to take care of my independence. And I feel like when I have to bring in other energies and try to make other things work, it just doesn't work, right? So right now, I'm not mature. I need to reach a point where I'm able to kind of coexist with somebody in that way, and that's my own shit that I have to work with. And and I'm kind of giving you an example here too, that it's okay to acknowledge that about yourself, that maybe you're not ready, that maybe you have shit you gotta work on. Maybe you're the one not wanting to answer to anybody for a while, maybe you're the one who's, who has a level of standards, right, that just can't be infringed upon, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay to have a crazy list of high standards. I believe in that, because then that means you're setting an intention for the universe, and you're like, nobody else is breaching my gates except for the right fucking person. Nobody else. The chosen one can breach my gates. Okay? Everyone else can fall by the wayside. And I mean, so being the chosen one, that's a fucking big fucking leap, right, for anybody. I honestly don't know if a mortal man could do it, or woman. I'm like, I need a fucking god at this point. I'm like, but and it's nothing. It's nothing against anybody. It's just I know myself, and I'm very I embody the Aquarius. As much as I love Capricorn and I want to be a Capricorn and it's in my North Node, I still highly resonate with Capricorn. I'm still very much an Aquarius, right? And I know everyone's like, oh, she's gonna blame it on that. But you know what? What is actually a collective truth about Aquarians is we're not super affectionate. We're not really like lovey-dovey, we can be with the right person. But the thing is like our love language is in putting in work and actions and similarities in like belief structures and like things like that. Like we have, our love language is what we predominantly work on. So like my spirituality is very much like part of my love language. And we're just not the same in that way of like we don't respond to being bought. We don't respond to people wanting to buy our love with gifts and all that. We're like, dude, just take me to the woods and let's collect sticks or something, like let's go look at rocks. I don't know, because like it's actions. It's about communication. I'm a very communicative like person. I am very intellectual and I want that stimulated, like forget anything you could ever imagine physically. Like if you're dealing with an Aquarius, take some fucking notes right now. It's nothing about the physical shit. It is everything about the intellectual shit. It is about being able to discuss all the cosmos, all the realms of possibilities, all the everything. We are the thinkiest group in the zodiac sign. And that is written and fucking everywhere. So not everyone responds to certain things. If your love language is like a Pisces or a Cancer, where they're all like super affectionate and they're like, I just want to hold you and touch you and do this and that and da da da, and they're like, I bought you a gift, and the Aquarians over here are like, yeah, but you haven't taken the trash out in like a week, bro. And it's like, I know it sounds fucked up, but it's like in those daily routines or the daily upkeep kind of shit, it's like that's where our love resides. We want to know that you're putting in the work, right? We want to know that this is a partnership. This isn't just somebody trying to smother me with affection and gifts. That's why I'm not right for relationships right now. I know myself. I know all my problems. But I would never ever be like they're too nice, because that's never the case. It's not that they're too nice. I'm too thinky. My love language is fucking foreign to everybody on this planet, I think, actually. Maybe there's like one person who also thinks like me, but I guarantee you they're just fucking chilling in a room by themselves trying to ignore the world right now. So, good luck if we ever catch each other. But, and that's fine. That's fine. That's like, my twin flame relationship is probably just that. Just like, we good, you good, I'm good. But it is what it is. And I mean, I feel like people who don't respond well to a lot of extra affection, they often are the ones saying, this person's too nice, or this, they just don't understand why they're not satisfied in a relationship where they're constantly getting love bombed with gifts and all this, but then they're not getting that other shit, right? And what I mean by that other shit is that real intimacy. Like, you want somebody that's gonna be like out laying under the stars with you, talking about infinity, staring at the moon. You want somebody that you could just feel like conversations don't really end. They just like pause, like you come back and you're just like, you just want to be fully enveloped in that again, I feel like for me, like my love language is so fucking thinky, and it's like, I rarely meet people who who are even close, you know? And when I do meet people who are close, I'm like, oh my god, you're close, yes. And then like, but then there's always something, and that's my own self. It's me that's always the something, because I have a certain image of what love looks like in my brain, and it's like that. I don't know. It's not really an image so much as it is just this deep feeling, this deep knowing of like what it would be like. Like, if we're not dancing naked in the woods for the solstice, I just don't know if it's gonna work, you know? I just don't know. So it's like, I mean, I have high standards, I don't know. And that's okay, guys. Have your standards, have your vision of love, and be true to it. You know, be true to it 100%. Don't compromise your vision of love for anybody, because I believe strongly that like we have that vision of love for a reason, right? It's like it's in our frequency. It's like somebody else has to fucking exist that is there, right? That is on that fucking level. And if they don't, then it's almost better to be alone, you know? It's almost better to be alone. It is better to be alone, actually, because nobody else is going to live up to your expectation. You know, nobody else is going to stimulate you in the way that you have in your head, you know? What's in your head? Sorry. But get that. Write it down. Write it down. Write down all your standards. Every fucking thing. And write down your entire vision of love, right? And own it. Own it 100%. And don't tell somebody that they're too nice, or they're too this, or they're too that, they're too blah blah blah, because that's not the issue. The issue is you. And there's no issue, maybe, you know, like maybe there is no issue. Maybe the issue is just our thoughts on the matter. But like maybe it's just that, you know, two people can't be happy together forever if their version of happy together forever is different, you know? Bottom line. You know, we all need to own our real version of that. Some people, their happily ever after is like 10 different partners, you know, and like just like fucking, you know, like doing like polyamory, like orgies and shit. I don't know what y'all do, but some people, that's their vision of it, right? And how could they get mad at somebody for being monogamous when they're like, well, I want to be polyamorous, you know? And it's like, no, your vision of love is just different. Just accept it. Just accept it and stop wasting people's time, right? Because what you're doing is you're prolonging the time for them to find actual happiness. When you're sitting there like, I don't know if I can tell them this, or I don't know if I can be honest and straight up. Just fucking be honest, bro. Like, we have wasted so much time on lies and bullshit in our lives. We just can't do it anymore, okay? Okay, guys? We cannot do it. Like, I'm just over it. I'm over all the bullshit, you know? And I hope that you guys are too. And I hope that you guys get to a point where you're over, like, blame shifting and trying to, like, target somebody to blame in a situation that maybe nobody's to blame. Maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's just that you have a vision of somebody else, right? Somebody else resonates in your energy, and you're not able to be with anybody else, you know? And that's okay. That's okay. Just accept it and get on with the day, you know? I know, like, in the last year, I tried a couple times to just settle, you know, for good enough. Okay, I tried to settle for good enough. I know that sounds fucked up, but I did. And what happened in my own personal experience is when I compromised my own version of love, my own vision of love, I ended up fucking miserable. I was not happy. I ended up just like kind of like having resentments and being like blame shifty and like, yeah, they're this, they're that. And it's like, no, it's not them. It's not them. I'm the one going crazy in the corner over here. Like, like, why doesn't this feel right? And it's like, maybe, what if? What if all that crazy bullshit about soulmates was actually real, right? And what if somewhere deep down inside, you were like, okay, like your soul knows. Your soul's like, I know what it's supposed to look like. I know what it's supposed to feel like. I'll know when it walks in the fucking room, you know? And your brain is like, but I'm getting older and I need to just settle and just whatever. And when your heart and your head are at conflict, then nothing's right. Nothing's right. So maybe just be true to yourself. Be true to your own feelings about that situation. If it ain't right, it ain't right. Bottom line, let it be wrong. Let it be not the thing, and just don't resent anybody. Don't think less of somebody. Don't talk shit on somebody. Don't go and be like they were too nice, da da da, because that's fucked up to do too. It's just fucked up. Why do we live in a society where we have to shift blame and avoid accountability at all costs when accountability is the most honorable thing you could fucking do? Taking all that accountability for yourself, your actions, your feelings, your mindset, all that shit. Be 100 all the time. You want to tell me you're real? You want to tell me you're the real one? Well, then fucking act like it. Be a real one. Don't blame shit. Take accountability. It is what it is. Nobody is too fucking nice. Nobody is too fucking sensitive. People are too fucking mean. Okay? And I don't know. And it's hard enough for people to have to face when you're like the saint, right, or whatever. But it's worse if you like deliberately put them through an extended period of time and you knew within like the first couple days something happened inside of you and you knew, but they were so nice you couldn't be honest, right? Because honesty would just fucking kill you. Right? Well, fuck that. I'm sorry, fuck that. Are we not grown-ups? Are we not? Like, be fucking honest. If you don't have the honor within yourself to be honest, if you are not respecting yourself in that way, then maybe you're right. Maybe you're not the queen, king, god, goddess that you claim to be, right? Maybe you're right. Maybe you don't deserve a nice person. And I know that sounds fucked up, but think about what you say when you're saying they're too nice. You're saying, I don't deserve a nice person. I deserve to be abused. I deserve that. Or do you believe that? Do you honestly believe that? That when somebody has complete reverence and respect and for you, that they're the one in the wrong? Get your head right. They're not the one. They're just trying to be the one for you, right? They want to be the one for you. And I know it's hard to be like it's not right when somebody is trying so hard to be right for you. But it is, you are serving no goodness by negating your own feelings. Be true to yourself. Be true to them. Live in your truth. Okay? That's one of the best things I've ever done for myself, is be completely 100% honest from the get-go, all the time. If you're honest with people, then it gets you a lot further, and you don't have to have all this animosity and hatred and bullshit. It's, we should be evolved enough to be better than that, But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna stop ranting and rambling about all this. It really fucks me up when people are like, he's too nice, she's too nice. You're too mean, bro. You're too mean. And I wish you luck. Namaste. I love you. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next